So here's a hot tub with the Airlift Cover Remover, and I'm going to give you a few tips to show you how to remove the bar partially to be able to remove the old cover and replace it with a new one. So step one is you open the cover like so, and that way you can use a flathead screwdriver. And there's a bit of a hole on the head of the gas spring here. You put the flathead screwdriver in there and you pry out, and then there's this horseshoe spring bracket that's going to pop off, releasing the head of the gas spring from the bolt. Once the gas spring was freed from the bolt head, just put the gas spring down on the bracket and slowly lower the cover. Close the lid. And this is where we would take the 1 to 3 screws off the center bar here and take the cotter pin. So there's a pin holding the bracket to the cover remover bar. Remove the little cotter pin by pulling it and then pushing out the pin here, and that'll free this entire corner piece. Okay, so the screw is gone, the pin is gone, I've removed it. So you grab the bar, you lift it up, and now you're going to pull towards you to release this bracket here from underneath the cover. Without doing that, you wouldn't be able to take the cover off. So that's the bracket right here that holds onto the cover so that the bar doesn't just raise up without the cover. So there's that bar coming out. Now that I've freed the little pegs or the little holding bracket there from the cover, I can grab the bar and raising it up, because if not, I'd be taking the cover out and then the bar would dip into the water and now you're working with a wet bar. The other way you could have done it is cutting the seam just with a knife in half to free up both sides. I would still, once that bracket is freed, that little holding bracket is freed right there, I would still raise up the bar as it's in this position now, because you don't want the bar to touch the water once the covers are removed. So you could have cut the cover right in half, remove piece by piece with the bar up, and then installing the new one. So the new cover has been placed in position. So the bar was up. I put the new cover almost all the way to the edge. And then I went onto the other side and I pulled the cover in so that bracket goes into the seam here. Okay, that's what I did on that side. Now I'll reinstall this bracket. All right, so I have the bracket here, and what I'm going to do is, as I slide the center bar back into position, you make sure to put that bracket, just like I did on the other side, into the proper location. And now you just gotta find the screw hole, bring it back down to where it was. What I'll do is I'll reinstall the screw that I took off initially. I'm going to reinstall the pin and cotter pin on the bracket here. An important thing to note, these two plastic washers go on either sides of the bar where the cotter pin goes, just as a slider. The screw's been put back on. The middle bar, you might have 3, 2, or 1. This one has 1. The pin has been put in with the cotter pin. There's your vinyl spacers or washers that I was talking about. The last thing we got to do is put that back on. So let's open that cover. Nice and slow. I want to hold on to it just because there's only one side with the gas spring in right now. Now that it's opened, we can take that, find the little ball, and push it right back in. And that's it. There's your new cover on your Airlift.